friends. I've been thinking a lot about the state of luxury shopping and spending lately. And I've just been wanting to chat a little bit about things that I just don't think are worth a repurchase for me. I'm not totally sure where I want to go with this list because I can promise you a few years ago, before I had these items, if you just tell me I didn't need them, I would not have listened. So I'm not going to tell you that you don't need them, but I think I just wanted to chat a little bit about the things that I will not be repurchasing once they run out. I'm really glad I got to have them and play with them and experiment with owning them and enjoying them. And none of these things that I'm talking about have like a structural defect, or it's not things that just like didn't work. They work fine. They're doing what they were intended to do. And mostly they have delivered on what I expected them to do. I do a lot of research before I buy things, so I kind of know what I'm getting into before I make the purchase. But with all of that known going into it, I still feel like now that I've had those items for a while, when they actually finally give up and exit this world or exit my closet, I very much will not likely be repurchasing them. So I made a post about my Frame TV a couple of days ago, and I think I'll just start there. So the Frame TV is made by Samsung, and I'll post pictures of everything that I talk about so you can see what I'm talking about. But the Frame TV is very thin, very light. It's a beautiful TV, and it goes onto your wall as if it's a piece of art. That's why it gets its name. And you can buy different frames to encase the TV so that when you display art that you can purchase from Samsung, it just looks like another art piece hanging on your wall. I was aware that you had to purchase the art separately or go through some rigmarole to upload your own. And I did know that it was an annual subscription to the art, and I knew the cost associated with that. So that was not a problem for me. I also knew that installation was going to be kind of a project because it's not just a TV you slap onto your wall. It does not actually have the brain of the TV installed. It's in a separate box. And so you have to find a way to discreetly store the box. So I knew all of that going in. But now that I've had the TV since November of 2025, I can say the TV is beautiful. It functions exactly as I'd hoped. The art is lovely, it's fine, and I don't mind paying for it. But now that I have it, it turns out I bought it because I thought I wouldn't want to look at a big dark square in the middle of the room every day because I work from home, my husband works from home, so we're home all day. So I was like, it'd be nice to have something that's not just a big black square in the middle of the living room all day. But what I now know is that since we both are working all day, we do a really good job about being in our offices all day. And so sometimes for lunch, we'll dip out to the porch for a little coffee, or we might watch a quick YouTube just like shake off the work day in the middle of the day. But by and large, we are not walking back and forth across that screen. So turns out it doesn't really matter that much if it's just a black screen in the middle of the wall of the living room. When people come over, it is nice to be able to display something on the screen, but really what we've been doing is playing like a YouTube loop easy jazz video, and that tends to have like a moving picture or something easeful and pretty. And I don't know that we couldn't do that with just a regular TV. I mean, I know we could do that with a regular TV. So for context, I wrote down some prices. The Frame TV is now retailing on the Samsung website for $1,200. You can always find it on sale somewhere for some reason. So when I bought mine around November 2025, I paid $800 for it, and the installation was about $200. So it's not the most money I've ever spent on anything, but there are certainly plenty of TVs out there that are far less money, regular retail price with no installation, or installation that you can just do by yourself. So with all of that known at this point, I'm glad I have it. It's beautiful. The screen is lovely, and the picture quality is fantastic. So I'm not looking to get rid of it, or I'm not mad about the purchase, but I just don't think it's doing what I thought it would do. So when it goes, will I repurchase it? At this point, I'm thinking no. I'm not certain, but at this point, I don't know that I need a TV price it that much money for doing what it's doing now, which is just being a black screen. At this moment, it is in my living room, which is behind me. It's just a dark screen. I can't see it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So it turns out it's not a problem that I actually had, that I tried to fix in advance. But that's kind of where I am with the Frame TV. If you'd like to try it, fine. It's a fine TV. I've not had any problems or technical difficulties or anything like that. But just know that it's ultimately just a TV. The second thing that I'm not sure that I would buy or that I will repurchase when it finally gives up is my AirPods Max. I love the AirPods Max. I bought it because I have a lot of piercings, and so what I used to use is the AirPod that you just stick in your ear, but now because of the way that some of my piercings are placed, the earphones just don't fit in there anymore. So I bought the AirPods Max because the cups are nice and big and I have tiny ears, so they go right over and my ears just fit right in, and it has noise canceling. It does all the things. It's terrific for planes. Some things that I don't love about it is that it is heavy, which people did mention, and I knew it was going to be before I purchased it. So I'm not having any technical problems. It connects beautifully. It works great with all of my Apple devices, and I can connect it at a drop of a dime. And when I'm traveling on planes, it is beautifully soundproof. But I purchased mine open box for $400. It retails for, just checking my notes, it retails for about $550, so about close to 600 bucks, plus including tax. I'm just not sure it's that special. Ultimately, the sound is fine, but there are plenty of other headphones that are over-ear headphones for much less money that also do noise canceling. So, again, like I said, I'm not saying I hate it, and I'm glad I have it. I'm not gonna throw it out or sell it or anything, but I just don't know that I will be repurchasing it when it finally gives up on life. I'll just probably look for a less expensive over-ear headphone set that works with my piercings. So that's kind of where I am with that. But when I was interested in buying it, I promise you, if you'd been like, it's not worth it, I would have been like, you're crazy, you're a hater, and you don't know anything. So, I'm glad I got to try it, and I'm not saying that you're crazy for wanting it. If you'd like it, purchase it, enjoy it. It's beautiful, delightful, but I'm just not sure it's actually worth the money that I spent on it. Next is the item that I'm sure nobody's surprised to see on here. I think it's on everybody's will not be buying again list. It is a Chanel medium flap. I have made the purchase multiple times. I think I have 4 in my collection currently, and I enjoy them. I wear them casually. I dress them up. I take them out as often as I can. However, at this point, I think they are retailing for over $11,000. I never bought one retail. I've always bought them used from Fashionphile. That's really the only place I've been buying them. So I've paid significantly less than that. Over the years, I've been buying them for almost 10 years now. So the prices, even back when I was buying them retail, was significantly less than they are now. But even all of that said, they're great, they're fun, but they don't carry a whole lot. The straps are a little short, and it's hard to wear them like over jackets, and I struggle to wear them crossbody. So I did send them out to leather surgeons. I made a whole video about it. If you have questions about that, happy to chat. And so now they're a little bit more useful for me, but I think I paid around $100 per bag to have the straps lengthened. And I kind of feel like if you're gonna spend $11,000 on a bag, it should arrive good out of the box. I feel like it should show up the way you're going to want to wear it without having to spend additional money to customize it for that kind of price. And again, even if you're buying it pre-loved, if you're able to find a good one in excellent shape, you might be able to get away with something close to like $7,000, $5,000, depending on the color and the leather and all that. But then you still run into the strap issue, and if your hope is to be able to at least wear it over a jacket, or to wear it over crossbody, you're definitely going to need to have the straps adjusted. And it just seems like a lot to do for a bag that you're already spending so much money on. I hope that makes sense. Like I say, I bought multiples of them. I'm happy to have them. If you don't have one and you've been curious, sure, go ahead and give it a try. But for me, the ones that I have in my closet right now is where I'm stopping. I will not be adding additional ones or anything like that. I say that, but like, let me come across one that's a beautiful color that I don't have that I think will really add something special to my closet, in which case, absolutely, I will maybe do it depending on the price. But for me, it's probably, I'm gonna make do with the ones that I have going forward. Next few items are more like categories of items. So I'm gonna start with luxury sneakers. I am a very casual dresser and I work from home 100% of the time at this point. And even when I dress up, just because of some mobility limitations that I have, I do wear sneakers even to like formal events. So I love sneakers and I have no qualms about wearing them in any setting. That said, I feel like luxury sneaker prices have gotten really out of control and they tend to be monogrammed because that's one of the few ways you can actually tell that they are luxury, and they don't dress up as easily. In my opinion, to the extent that sneakers can be dressed up, which I think is not at all a problem. So when I am looking to dress up and I'm going to wear sneakers to an event, I typically am looking for sneakers that will match my dress, my gown, my long skirt, or whatever. And luxury sneakers have proven to be a little too informal. This is a crazy thing to say. I hear it because sneakers are informal, period. But for me, when I dress up with a long dress, I want a pair of sneakers that complement the dress and don't scream whatever logo or brand they are. Which I'm not saying those don't exist, but typically what I see or what I've purchased have been ones that like display the logo. Whereas if I buy like a pair of J's or Adidas or something like that, I have more room to play in terms of design, color, shape, and all of that. And that just works better for my style. So going forward, I will not be buying luxury sneakers unless I find one that I love. The caveat is for everything, unless I find one that I. But what I'm finding is that when I'm dressing up, I want more versatility than luxury sneakers have to offer. And whether that's casual or for more dressy events, and I just don't find it worthwhile to spend the money. I currently am on my third pair of Ace sneakers, so I really enjoy them. I think they're great shoes and I wear them all the time, but they don't really add anything to an outfit, in my opinion, at this point. And I feel like I could spend a lot less money and get a lot more variety and style. The next category of items is handbags that are Louis Vuitton monogram. Don't come for me. I am so glad that I have a closet with a couple of luxury handbags that are still in the Louis Vuitton monogram. The monogram is classic. I'm not a hater of the monogram. However, I've been finding less and less that it adds anything different or special to my outfit, like the sneakers that I was talking about. They don't really add a whole lot. And so I moved to Savannah, Georgia a couple of months ago, almost 6 months ago. And what I'm noticing, and you should wear what you want to wear regardless of who else is wearing it, but in Georgia, what I notice is when I drive by someplace fancy on a Sunday morning, I tend to see like the fancy church ladies with a monogram bag, and they are wearing them. In my opinion, those bags are a little too casual for church or brunch or whatever. But even that aside, it's just not the aesthetic that I want to fit into. This is gonna sound horrible. I just don't kind of want to look like a Georgia church lady with my Louis Vuitton bag. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not the vibe that I'm going for. No offense to the fancy church ladies from Georgia with the Louis Vuitton bags. They look fantastic. It's just not what I'm trying to give, and I don't really want to be lumped in. I don't want to be mistaken. You understand. I will not be buying any more monogram Louis Vuitton handbags. So I guess I'll just leave it at that before I dig myself into a deep, deep hole. One more item, which may be the last item on my list. Let me check. Last item on my list is the Dior lip oils. And I bought those multiple times and I really enjoy them. The first time I bought it was an accident, honestly. I didn't realize they were $42 until I got to the register because I'd been hearing so much about them. Put one in my bag, got to the register, and was like, oh my God, why is my ultimate bill was like so much more than I expected based on what I'd purchased. And they were like, oh yeah, that's $42. Because I'm smart, I went ahead and bought them again because I do like them. They are luxurious, they are beautiful, they go on the lips, they add the perfect little tint for when you're just running out and you just want a little something. I have no complaints about the actual product, but for $42, I promise you, I can find different and just as lovely lip oils. So I've said it over and over about everything on this list. No shade to the product. I'm not saying it doesn't work or doesn't do what it is supposed to do, that it's not beautiful, that I don't like it. But in a time when we're all trying to figure out how to stretch our dollar a little farther and things are getting so expensive, I think I'm just trying to be a little smarter about how I'm spending my my money. And $42 for one tube of lip oil just ain't it right now. So that's kind of where I am with the Dior lip oil. And I guess that's it. That's the end of the list. I'd love to hear what you've purchased that you love, but you just don't find as much value in anymore, and what you probably will not buy going forward. I won't hold you to anything. I know our minds are free to change, and different versions of things may turn up that entice us more than the things that we already said we weren't going to buy. But I'm just kind of curious what you're taking off of the table, at least for now, until further notice. So yeah, let's chat about it. Let me know your thoughts. I'll also make a list of items that I think are well overpriced, but I think are totally still worth it for me and that I will probably continue to buy. So hang on and stay tuned for that list. All right, take care, friends.